Bodger are out of the lineup. Uwe Krupp and Mike Foligno are back in as the Sabres try and extend their longest unbeaten string of the season in Detroit tonight. Counting the Red Army win, the Sabres have gone 8 games without a loss. Now, back on December the 28th, when they played the Red Wings here at the Aud, they won that game by a score of 4-1. And, of course, they're looking for another win tonight. And Scott Arneal talks about playing Detroit, a tough team.
They're a team that's, you know, will probably always end up winning that division in the North. And it's a pretty good hockey team there. And, you know, they've gone to the Stanley Cup, you know, semifinals a couple of years. Like I said, some good players, Eisenman, Gallant, McLean, guys like that we got to shut down. And they're a good club. They're struggling right now.
They came in from that blue line.
Well, look, I'm going to tell you something about Housley. You can talk about Paul Coffey all you like, and I don't know. I'm not saying he's as good offensively as Coffey, but I know he's playing better defense now than Coffey is. And once again, I mean, he just moves right in here from his defensive position. No one picks him up. This is the amazing thing. He's doing it game after game. No one is picking Housley up, moving in from the slot area. They all forget about him. He's not that small. They can still see him.
And it's a 3-1 score. Buffalo. Klima at center. Now cleared away by Housley. Knocked into the Red Wing zone. Here's the announcement on the goal.
Number 23, Ray Shepard, and number 65, Mark Napier.
Lead. And it all started with the fine play of Parker as he waited for some help.
Well, you know, the thing is, Parker made it look so easy. I mean, he just very nonchalantly just drifted the puck right over. Now, watch, the shot is blocked here. We'll come right back to Parker. Now, watch, very coolly, just lays it over to Shepard on the far side. He was left all alone looking at a yawning net. Here it is once again. Now, watch once the puck comes back to Parker. He'll go to work right here. Boy, I'll tell you something. He laid that pass over there just perfect. What a heads-up play by Parker.
And I'm sure that the young hockey players, the Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin high school hockey team, enjoying this game, watching it on satellite. There's only one. Jeff's brother, the coach of that team, Scott Parker.
Well, there's probably only one thing that can kill Buffalo right now. They have a 4-1 lead. The game's just about half over, and that would be Steve Yzerman's line. They've checked them a little better in the second period. Not too well in the first, but they're starting to control that line.
Here's the announcement. Here's the announcement on the goal.
And number 65, Mark Napier, at 8:52. Buffalo's goal, his 15th of the season. Ray Shepard with an assist to Jeff Parker and Mark Napier, 8:52.
Now the Red Wings in control, but it's swept over the line by Ruutu. Ruutu going after it. He's got Vive with him. Ruutu fakes the shot, tried to get it to Vive, but a good sliding save by Zombo. Now the puck back into the corner. Cleared to center. It's picked off. In over the line now. Comes Prince with the pass. Now 5-2 lead.
Well, it's a good thing he didn't wind up for the big slap shot there. That was more of a quick little snapshot. What a setup by Turgeon. Really moved into the Detroit zone with authority, and that's really what Buffalo needed, because they were really losing it in their own zone. All of a sudden, Turgeon comes back. Watch that pass right there, right onto the stick. It was a one-time shot, had plenty of net to shoot at, really difficult to miss. It's an important goal for Mike Foligno, not only this Buffalo Hockey Club, but he's been out for a while and coming back off an injury. Boy, I'll tell you, nothing gets you more into the game than a quick goal like that.
Of the season, number 17, Mike Foligno. Assistant number 77, Pierre Turgeon, and number 22, Lindy Ruff. The goal scored at 17 minutes, 54 seconds.
Here come the Red Wings. Gallant with a drive, and Pupa makes the save. The rebound picked off by Krupp.
Road, and they certainly played it like a home game in the Motor City last night against the Detroit Red Wings. They were trailing 1-0 in the first period at 15:56. Dave Anderchuk takes a pass from Phil Housley, gets the stick on the puck, puts it in the net. This game all tied at 1-1. In the second period, the Sabres scored 4 times. Scott Arneal, a rebound on a shot by Rick Vive, giving the Sabres a 2-1 lead. 46 seconds later, Shepard will feed one to a charging Phil Housley right in the slot. He puts in the rebound, and the Sabres take a 3-1 lead. And then Shepard would score from Jeff Parker to make it 4-1. And then Mike Foligno back in the lineup from that rib injury will score number 13 on the year from Pierre Turgeon. And then at the 19-minute mark of the third period, Carroll's been waiting for this one. Rick Vive, the empty netter, He now has 11 goals in 13 games with the Sabres. That was his 23rd of the year. Sabres win it over the Red Wings. Final score of 6-3. They are unbeaten in their last 8 games, and they have a home-and-home coming up with the Montreal Canadiens this Friday and Saturday, beginning Friday night at the Yacht. In the NBA,
Above average, right? Let's go right to Detroit, Joe Louis Stadium or Joe Louis Arena in Detroit, and watch Dave Andrechuk tie last night's game up. Boy, the Sabres have now gone 8 without a loss with Montreal coming in. It was 1-1 on that goal from Phil Housley, and then Scott Arneal got his chance from Rick Vibe to make it a 2-1 game, and 46 seconds after that in the second period, Phil Housley scored his 19th from Ray Shepard. It was 3-1, and the route was on. Shepard came back, a nice pass from Jeff Parker to make it 4-1, and then Mike Foligno got into the act. It was 5-2 after his goal here, and Rick Vibe put one into the empty net, his 23rd. The Sabres filled up the net with 6 goals, won 6-3, and Ted Sater likes that goal explosion.
I think a lot of that has to do with the health of our team. We're getting our people back in the lineup on a regular basis. We've got Dave Andrechuk back, we had Mike Foligno back, we got Rick Vibe scoring, Christian Rutu's back, Pierre Turgeon's playing so well, and when you're getting solid goaltending and playing well in your own end, those things are all part and parcel of it.
It feels good, you know, just to come back. I felt nervous because the team has been playing so well. I didn't want to, you know, create a jinx here, but fortunately we won. We came up playing real hard again and just continued the streak.
Webster's Dictionary defines average as something typical of a group, class, or series. For this week's cover story, the Hockey News set out to define the average NHL player. And all the computer printouts pointed to a right wing of the Buffalo Sabres. Using the stats of every NHL forward, the computer determined the average frontliner to be 25.6 years old, 6 feet tall, 190 pounds, with 5.17 years in the league. At this point in the season, Mr. Average has 11 goals and 15 assists for 26 points, earning a salary of $183,000. So which player did the computer choose as the NHL's Mr. Average? Sabres right wing Scott Arneal, whose numbers were the closest. He's 26, stands 6'1", exactly 190 pounds, with just over 6 years in the league. His total of 22 points is just 4 shy of a computer match. Unfortunately for Scott, his salary is below average. Arneal is a solid two-way player for the Sabres, a guy who does the little things. Scott can't deny it. He may really fit the label.
Just one of those guys that, I don't know, I'm not a real flashy type player. I'm not a guy that's going to go and score 40 goals or anything like that. But, no, it's just, you know, it's, I guess that's be labeled now Mr. Average.
While that may become his new locker room nickname, Arneal's teammates don't agree with the computer.
His stats might be average, but I tell you, he's got a lot of heart. And, you just don't find those guys off the street. I mean, Scott's counting penalties for us, playing a regular shift, and does whatever for whatever he can for the team, and you got to have those guys.
I think he's on top of the list among the teammates, and average around the league. In our hearts, Scotty's on top of the list.
Well, it's not something that's really going to change anything, really, and you know, it's nice. Nice to make the Hockey News. So.
Rolling tonight at home against Montreal. Buffalo 6-0-2 in their last 8. They've been playing great hockey. Rick Vibe, 13 games with Buffalo, has 11 goals. Mike Foligno's back in the lineup, and he's been playing great hockey. And Montreal, way out in front, they're 22 points ahead of the Sabres in the Adams division, but Buffalo wants to get past Boston. Right now they're tied for second place, but have 2 games in hand on the Bruins. Buffalo playing great hockey. Montreal has a heck of a team. This should be an interesting home-and-home weekend set. Speaking of the Bruins.